How I got here. My arrival at this understanding of Canada has been a little more circuitous than most, I would think. But let's suffice it to say, I was getting robbed and broken into and caught a couple of guys, and I was reaming the cops out and making them feel like whatever. And they just kept giving me platitudes. It's everywhere. There's nothing we can do. And they're right. It was everywhere, and there is nothing they can do because they're like stiff pricks. They go where they're shoved. And I know that because I've been there. So I said to myself, I can't be at this. I can't be reaming the cops out. So I jumped on my old 10 speed and started going around and seeing what the hell was going on. Reconnaissance, if you will. And I could not believe my eyes and my ears. The amount of people that are living on the streets in Kelowna, of all places in the world. It's not a very big city, 250,000, something like that. The thing of it is, it's the guy you see pushing the shopping cart is the canary in the coal mine, the tip of the iceberg. You got guys sleeping in cars, tents, trailers, 10 to a room, 10 to a bed, on the streets. And when we were in the military, we went around the world, and I actually stuck with me for my combat leaders course was when you take care of people, food and shelter. Anything more than food and shelter, it's gravy, including sleep in the military. But here, it's not only food and shelter, it's actually unaffordable food and shelter, because they don't even bother building affordable housing. I think they did a study not long ago in all of Canada. 90% of the Canadians working a minimum wage job can't afford a one-bedroom apartment. I remember there was a similar thing going on over in Germany. It was the Turks going in over there. And they're nice people. I enjoy talking to them, helping them in the dumpster every now and again, to tell you the truth. But Germans built, I remember seeing 3 or 4 these skyscrapers, apartment buildings, and they were all studio suites from my knowledge, because we knew a friend of ours that lived in one of them, moved into one of them. So the whole thing was studio suites for me to know. So probably 10 or 15 to a floor, 30 floors. But they took care of their homeless problem and all the symptoms that go along with it, which is symptoms are drugs, alcohol, crime, loss of hope, suicide, you name it. And actually, the Canadians were, I'll say, unceremoniously ejected from Germany, which is fine. It's not like Canada doesn't have enough money. There's more than enough money in Canada. Just the resource money alone. Taxes, income tax is a zero-sum game, really, truth be told. The real money's in the resources. The real black side of the ledger, we'll say. But it's about priorities, isn't it? And when your priorities are to save the planet or, I don't know, have a legacy or something, who flipping knows? You believe in climate change. It's, anyway, time for another chat sometime. Yeah. It's, charity begins at home. And if we can't take care of our own, societies are judged on how you treat your poorest and worst off. And what I'm seeing in Canada is, to my mind, is reminiscent of what the Nazis did to the Jews. You create an enemy. Well, they also had the belief that they were descendants of gods too. But Hitler's PR man Goebbels, the bigger the lie, the more believable. There's no bigger lie than climate change, and it's not only it's the best lies have a kernel of truth. So climate change is true, but it's just the timelines are an exaggeration beyond even most humans' comprehension of timelines. It's like millions of years, and it's in the rocks. It's happened at least, I think, 10 times the last 100 million years or more. And that's just the water. Glaciers don't beam me up. It's water. And water's got to get there somehow. And water comes out of trees. Water comes from the moisture. Water comes from whatever. It's water. We are a blue planet. And down the climate change thing again. Yeah. But you know, food and shelter, it doesn't get any simpler. It's like we're all human. We all come from our mothers. There's, you know, racism. That's see. But when you think about racism, if you think about racism, and you think about the motive and why would they use that line of, well, it's to defend their actions. Their actions are 100 million people into Canada. 100 million. Like we actually think we went from 28 million in like I'll say 2000 and I think 17 was they shut down all the censuses, and it was pretty much a million a year, you know, undocumented, and all the rest of it is beyond. That's a different story. And that's why they shut down the censuses. And I'm done the climate change thing again. If your goal is to save the planet, and climate change is CO2 is causing it, which is it's actually a total lie because the CO2 curve follows the climate change curve, so cause and effect. It's not cause. The effect is actually CO2 being released out of all the bogs and the whatever. CO2 is life, right? And the cause, well, who knows? It's definitely not wealth and population redistribution, because that's actually counterintuitive. If you give more people more money and put more people in the first world, what are they going to do? They're going to all buy cars. And what do cars do? They put out CO2. You know, you just basically shot down your own premise. Anyway, it's enough for today. All the best.